Friends, seekers, fellow travelers on this astonishing human journey, look around you. Look within you. We are, each of us, a universe of unfolding potential. And every single day, we stand at the cusp of newness. Sometimes it's a whisper, a fresh idea, a subtle shift in perspective. Other times, it's a roar, a life-altering change, a daunting challenge, a call to step into the completely unknown. Today, I want to talk to you about that roar, that whisper, that incredible, sometimes terrifying, always transformative energy of beginnings. In the rich language of human design, a system that offers us a vocabulary for energies that shape our experience, we call this potent force simply Gate 3. Some know it as difficulty at the beginning. I invite you to see it as the gate of ordering, or perhaps more poetically, the seed of innovation. Now, human design is not a crystal ball. It's a language, a sophisticated framework that helps us understand the currents of energy that flow through us and around us. It doesn't box us in. It gives us a key to unlock our own understanding, to have more compassionate conversations about how we and others operate. It speaks of energies, not fixed traits, of processes, not static labels. And Gate 3 is one of the most fundamental primal stories. It's the story of creation itself. Before we dive deep, let's set a sacred stage for me and perhaps for many of you. Understanding our human experience is incomplete without acknowledging a divine context. Think of human design as one of many dialects through which a loving creator can whisper truths about our design and our potential. Gate 3 is the light. Gate 3 in this light isn't just a psychological quirk. It's an echo of God's own creative process. Quote, "And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." End quote. That's from Genesis 1:2. Out of that primordial chaos, God brought forth order, life, and beauty. Gate 3 is the human echo of that divine pattern, the energy that courageously steps into the void, into the difficulty, to birth something new. Every time you start a new project, a new relationship, a new habit, a new phase of life, you are engaging with the energy of Gate 3. So, what is this Gate 3, this difficulty at the beginning? Well, let's unpack its blueprint. It stems from the ancient wisdom of the Chinese I Ching, hexagram 3, known as Chun. The imagery is clouds and thunder. The superior person brings order out of confusion. So, it's located in the sacral center, what I like to call the primal motor of life force, our sustainable energy for doing, creating, and responding. This tells us Gate 3 isn't just an idea, it's an energy to act, to build, to generate. It's part of the individual circuitry, meaning its nature is to innovate, to mutate, to bring something unique into the world, often with a pulse that can feel, well, a bit moody or unpredictable. It's not here to follow the crowd, it's here to dance its own rhythm, a rhythm that eventually can teach the world a new song. This gate doesn't operate in a vacuum. It finds its most profound partnership with Gate 60, the gate of what's called limitation. found in the root center, the center of pressure and adrenalized drive. Together, they form the channel, which is called the channel of mutation. So 3 to 60. Picture this. Gate 3 is the wild, innovative spark, the chaotic flurry of new ideas. Gate 60 is the wisdom of limitation, the structure, the container, the acceptance of what is. Gate 3 wants to plant 1,000 seeds. Gate 60 reminds us that we only have so much fertile ground, so much water, so much sunlight in a season. Without Gate 60, Gate 3's innovation might just dissipate into impractical dreams. Without Gate 3, Gate 60 might become rigid, stuck in old forms, afraid to transcend limitations. But together, they are the very pulse of evolution. They teach us that true sustainable change happens when brilliant energy is wisely channeled within the boundaries of reality, within divine timing. It's like a river. Its power comes from flowing within the banks. Gate 3 is the water, and Gate 60 is the banks. This channel, 3 and 60, is what human design calls a format energy. It sets a fundamental rhythm for how an individual carrying its experiences and processes life. A life characterized by periods of feeling constrained, followed by sudden bursts of mutative change and innovation. If this is you, you know what it feels like to feel stuck. Sometimes even a bit melancholic or frustrated in the off phase. And then suddenly an insight, an opening, a surge of energy, and something entirely new is born. The core theme, the grand narrative of Gate 3, is the journey from chaos to order. Imagine a tiny seed buried in the dark earth. That's Gate 3. It's surrounded by the unknown, the resistance of soil. It must struggle to break its shell, to push upwards. The initial phase is difficulty. But within that seed is the blueprint for a magnificent oak, an entire ecosystem of order and life. The chaos of the soil is not the enemy. It's the fertile ground for its becoming. So, it is with us. When you feel that restlessness in a stagnant situation, that inner nudge that says, there has to be a better way. Well, that's Gate 3 stirring. It can feel messy. The first draft of your novel, the first year of your marriage, the first attempt at a new spiritual practice. These are often steeped in the beautiful, raw, sometimes frustrating energy of Gate 3. We might feel we're groping in the dark, as the I Ching says. But here's the secret. Gate 3 is not about achieving perfection instantly. It's about the process. One step, one innovation, one small piece of order wrestled from the confusion. Then another. It's the courage to say, I don't see the whole path, but I will take this next inspired step. As the beloved hymn whispers, quote, lead kindly light amid the encircling gloom. I do not ask to see the distant scene. One step enough for me, end quote. That is the heart of Gate 3. This journey from chaos to order isn't a one-time event. It's a spectrum. We all have access to this energy, but how we express it can vary dramatically. Think of it like having 3 sliders: intensity, frequency, and quality. Intensity. All right. How strongly does this energy surge? For some, it's a genuine urge to tidy a drawer. For others, it's a life-consuming passion to revolutionize an industry or pioneer a new community. Well, frequency. How often does this cycle of chaos to order repeat? Some lives have long stretches of stability punctuated by rare major new beginnings. Others seem to be in a constant state of starting afresh, learning to become masters of the launch. Okay, and most importantly, quality. This is where our choices, our consciousness, our connection to something higher truly comes into play. This is where we engage with what human design, and also particularly Richard Rudd's Gene Keys, beautifully articulates as the spectrum from shadow to gift to the highest divine expression. For gate 3, that spectrum looks like this. The shadow is chaos. This isn't just the initial state, it's when we get stuck in the confusion, overwhelmed, paralyzed by fear, lashing out, or creating more disorder through impatience or recklessness. It's the feeling of, this is hopeless. We've all been there. The shadow isn't a judgment. It's an invitation to awareness. It's like the children of Israel at the Red Sea, panicking with Pharaoh's army at their backs. Pure chaos. Okay, the gift is innovation. This is where we rise to the challenge. We acknowledge the difficulty, but we engage with it creatively. We engage with it with creativity, resilience, and faith. We say, okay, this is a mess, but what can I learn? What can I try? We experiment, we adapt, we find novel solutions. It's Moses, standing before the same chaotic scene, turning to God, and through that connection, a path miraculously opens. It's Edison, with his thousands of failed attempts, each one a stepping stone to the light bulb. Innovation is problem solving infused with hope and ingenuity. And the highest expression? That's innocence. Innocence, this isn't naivete. It's a profound childlike trust in life, in the divine order that underlines the most apparent disorder. It's the ability to walk into chaos with a calm heart and shining eyes, seeing not a threat, but a sacred playground for co-creation with God. It's a playful curiosity of child building a sandcastle, utterly absorbed in the joy of creation, unburdened by fear of the waves. It's the purity of motive that seeks only to bring more light, more love, more beauty into the world, for the sheer joy of it, for the glory of God. Okay, think of Christ the Savior. He is the perfect embodiment of every gate in its highest expression. With gate 3, imagine him entering the chaos of a storm-tossed sea and with a word bringing peace. Imagine him taking a few loaves and fishes and a seemingly impossible task beginning and creating a feast for thousands. Imagine him in the ultimate difficulty at the beginning, facing the tomb and then bursting forth in the glorious, ordered newness of resurrection. That is innocence coupled with divine power. He invites us in our own small ways to approach our beginnings with a similar trust, a similar willingness to let divine power flow through us. As he taught, quote, "Except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven." Matthew 18. That childlike innocence, that pure trust, well, that's the key. So, how do we navigate this? How do we move from the shadow of chaos through the gift of innovation towards the sublime innocence? We listen. We listen to our inner authority. In human design, this is our reliable internal guidance system for making decisions. Whether your authority is an immediate gut response of the sacral, the intuitive whisper of the spleen, the emotional wave of the solar plexus guiding you to clarity over time, or the call of your heart's will, or the truth that emerges as you speak your identity. That authority is like your personal head of council. And on that council, for those of us who believe, sits the Holy Spirit, the ultimate confirmer of truth. When Gate 3's energy surges, proposing a dive into some new chaotic adventure, well, we pause, consult this inner council, and ask, does this new beginning truly resonate with my core energy? Or is there a clear, calm yes or no? Have I waited for emotional clarity? When our innovative drive is aligned with our inner truth and divine will, the journey through Gate 3 becomes not just a struggle, but a sacred dance. Let's make this practical. How can we actively cultivate the gifts of Gate 3? Well, try a creation journal. One side of the page, chaos, what is? The other, creation, what could be? Pour out everything. Prayerfully envision solutions. Next, embrace the beginner. Intentionally learn something new and low stakes. A new recipe, a few chords on the guitar. Find a still point in meditation or quiet prayer. Visualize the chaos, but then find that calm, unshakable center within you. That place where God's peace resides. Be still and know. This energy also profoundly impacts our relationship. If Gate 3 is strong in you, you might be the family innovator, always shaking things up. Wonderful. But remember to bring your loved ones along with kindness and collaboration, not imposition. If you love someone with Gate 3 energy, offer them patience and validation during their chaotic phases. And celebrate their innovative breakthroughs and then in teams or communities, Gate 3 can be the catalyst for necessary change. But it thrives when it honors the collective wisdom and timing. Let me share a poem, a whisper of this journey. The seed in darkness knows not light, but stirs with ancient coded might. Through pressing earth, a path unseen, it trusts the shoot, the tender green. The first draft scrawled a tangled thought, a jumbled prayer divinely caught. Then line by line with grace and grit, a story born where shadows fit. Then flees before the dawning word, a truth revealed, a spirit stirred. So fear not chaos, wild and deep, for there the richest harvest sleeps. With childlike heart and faithful hand, co-create beauty in the land. For God himself in every start plants seeds of order in your heart. Think of the pioneers, historical and spiritual. The LDS prophet Joseph Smith, facing a bewildering forest of conflicting religious claims, entered a grove of trees, a personal Gate 3 moment of difficulty at the beginning. And his humble prayer for clarity brought forth the dawn of new dispensation of a gospel. Their early saints, driven from place to place, constantly starting over, building communities out of wilderness and persecution. Their entire journey was a testament to Gate 3 energy, fueled by faith, resulting in a worldwide community of believers. Think of artists, inventors, reformers. J.K. Rowling, a single mother facing countless rejections, persevered to bring a world of magic to life. Thomas Edison declaring, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Embodied He embodied an innovative spirit of Gate 3, turning relentless experimentation into illumination. These stories aren't just for the history books. They are our stories. Each time we choose faith over fear in the face of the unknown, each time we persist with a righteous endeavor despite setbacks, each time we seek God's help to bring order to our little corner of the world, we are living the legacy of Gate 3. My friends, the difficulty at the beginning is not a cosmic error. It is an internal, eternal invitation. An invitation to grow. An invitation to partner with the divine. An invitation to discover strength you didn't know you had. To birth beauty you hadn't conceived. When you feel overwhelmed by the mess, remember the Creator looking upon the unformed earth, not with despair, but with loving intent. Remember Christ in Gethsemane, facing the ultimate chaos, yet choosing the Father's will, and through that, bringing forth the ultimate new beginning for all mankind. Redemption and resurrection was his gift. His atonement underwrites every new start we attempt in righteousness. Because of him, no failure is final. No chaos is unconquerable. So, step forward into your new beginnings, however daunting they may seem. Do so with courage, with prayer, with a willingness to learn, and yes, even with a touch of playful, childlike innocence. For it is in the fertile soil of difficulty that the most resilient faith and the most brilliant innovations are born. The journey of Gate 3 is the journey of life itself. It's messy, it's unpredictable, but it is also glorious. It is how we learn, how we evolve, how we become more like our heavenly parents, who are, above all, creators. Embrace your Gate 3 moments. Trust the process. Trust the pulse. Trust that even in the deepest darkness, the seed of divine order within you and within the situation is yearning towards the light. And as you engage with that energy, you will not only transform your circumstances, you will transform yourself. You will become a beacon, an innovator, a source of order and hope for others. And in that journey, you will find the greatest creation of all is the person you become. Thank you. Good night.